Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, what up? Today it's time for me to do my monthly perfume wrap-up video. This is a video that I do every month where I give you guys my thoughts and opinions on perfumes that I wore for the month. Most of them are new perfumes to my collection, and so I kind of give you guys my thoughts and how they wore on me, what notes came out the most on my skin, things like that. So it's kind of like a review for these perfumes so you guys can get an idea of how I feel about them, and you can decide whether or not you want to purchase them as well. So let's just jump right into it. So the first perfume I want to talk about is going to be this Olympia Original by Paco Rabanne. Now, I bought this perfume as a recommendation from people here on YouTube. I watched a lot of perfume videos, and for some reason people were always mentioning this one, and it sounded very unique because this has a salt note in it, and so it sounded really unique to me. I've never seen salt in a perfume before, and so I was very intrigued by this, and everybody who reviewed it or had it in their collection seemed to really like it, and so I went ahead and I took the bait and I bought it for myself. So I do got some pros and some cons of this perfume, but before I talk about that, I'm going to give you guys the fragrance notes. So this is water, jasmine, ginger flower, and green mandarin as the top notes. Middle notes are salt and vanilla. Base notes are cashmere wood, ambergris, and sandalwood. So okay, so the cons first about this fragrance is, for me at least, I cannot spray this on my clothes because this will turn into more of a unisex cologne masculine fragrance, and that is not what I'm into. That is not what I'm looking for when I wear my perfumes. I want to smell very feminine and girly, and so spraying this onto my clothes gives it more of a masculine cologne feel, and I know that to be true because I went to work one day and I actually sprayed this on my uniform, and my first sergeant was like, "Who sprayed that cologne? It smells nice, but it's kind of strong, you know?" And I was a little offended. I was like, "Cologne? Baby, no, that's me. I'm wearing perfume. Like, what are you talking about?" So but then I turned around and I had somebody tell me that this smells very sweet on my actual skin. They said that they could still smell the salt note, but it smelled very sweet on my skin. And so I just feel like for this one, this is not going to be one that I spray on my clothes, which is a-okay with me because I feel like this is more of a spring summertime fragrance anyway, in my opinion. I don't think I would want to wear this during the fall and winter, although this could be very good paired with gourmands just because of that salt and that vanilla and that sandalwood that it has in here. But me personally, this is just going to be a spring and summer fragrance, and I will make sure to specifically spray it on my body. So I get, first of all, jasmine. I definitely get jasmine. You guys know I love jasmine in any fragrance, so that being a top note, it does smell kind of aquatic, but I don't know, to me I just get jasmine, and it says that it is water jasmine, so there is something aquatic about this. The mandarin gives this something fresh and citrusy, but mostly, just like everyone else who has reviewed this fragrance, mostly I get a heavy salt, vanilla, sandalwood fragrance, especially when it dries down on the skin. It is very heavy on the salt, vanilla, and sandalwood. For me, mainly the vanilla and sandalwood, which I'm not mad at because I love vanilla, I love sandalwood. Sandalwood is very sexy to me, so I do really like that fragrance note, but it's mainly salt and vanilla, and I really like it. This to me is very unique, and I feel like it does have this really aquatic nature to it, to where it is perfect for a warm weather type of scent. On Fragrantica, for the main accords, they do list this as a marine citrus type of scent, and I can understand why. Yeah, I love this one, you guys. I really do like it, but if you're like me and you feel like this leans a little bit more masculine when you spray it on your clothes, make sure to just spray it on your skin so that those vanilla sweet notes can come out. So that is Olympia by Paco Rabanne. I do like that one. We'll keep it. Definitely recommend it. The next one I'm going to talk about, oh my god, this is so good. I am loving this perfume. I have worn it quite a few times and I am obsessed. Everything from the bottle to the juice for this perfume is an obsession for me. This is the Versace Eros Perfume, and you all know that I just recently picked up this perfume. I talked about it in a shorts video. I talked about layering it. I am just so obsessed. with this fragrance. Thank you to Amber Chantel who put me onto this. Girl, you the GOAT. She be giving out the best perfume recommendations ever. I love her for this because this is so good. You guys can see I have put a little dent in this one. This is the perfect spring summer warm weather fragrance, and I will be wearing this a lot more as the weather gets warmer. So let me give you guys the notes for this one. By the way, this is the eau de toilette, not the eau de parfum. There is a difference between the toilette and the perfume. Most people prefer the toilette as a lighter, fresher, sweeter fragrance for warm weather. So the top notes for this fragrance is raspberry, Sicilian lemon, white currant, mandarin orange, and cologne. The middle notes are magnolia, jasmine, orange blossom, and freesia. The base notes are musk, ambroxan, woody notes, and patchouli. So for me, this is just such a beautiful fragrance. So upon the first initial spray, I definitely get a lot of that raspberry, that Sicilian lemon. It's very tart, mandarin orange, white currant. It's sweet, it's fruity, it's juicy, and it's tart. Also get a little bit of some white florals in there. I don't know which ones I'm smelling exactly, but it just smells like a white floral fragrance. Like I can't pick up on the jasmine specifically in this one. It just smells like white florals upon the first initial spray, but as it dries down, this turns so beautiful to me. So this basically turns into more of a musky berry scent, and it is so pretty. I don't get any patchouli in this, and I don't get woody notes either. Even when it dries fully completely down, I do not get patchouli, I do not get woody fragrances. I mainly just get berries, sweet, fruity, still get a little bit of that lemon when it dries down, and musk. And this is so airy and light and such a pretty fragrance. I feel like you cannot go too heavy on this perfume at all. Like for the spring and summer, this will not be suffocating, this will not be offensive, this will not be heady at all. This is not a heady perfume at all. I spray so much of this, you guys, and I love to mix it with raspberry tangerine from Bath and Body Works, obviously because it has those bright citrus notes and it's raspberry and tangerine. They pair so well together, and this is the perfect just going out casually about your day, a leisure type of fragrance. You're not doing too much. Maybe you're going to the mall, maybe you're going out to eat outside, you know, something light and fresh, and that is exactly what this is. This is a very light, fresh, airy, sweet citrus perfume, and I am obsessed. And then the bottle. Can we talk about this bottle and just the details of it? So I love that this is clear and transparent. You can actually see the juice inside, and it looks kind of like lemonade. It looks refreshing. Okay, and then you have the detailing around here that kind of looks like a god's sword because we're talking about arrows. Then you have a picture of arrows right here. You have a picture of arrows right here on the lid, as well as one inside the cap. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that, but there's a little picture on the inside of the cap of arrows, and I just think the details on this perfume are perfection. The bottle is perfection. I'm obsessed. So really have been enjoying that one. Definitely 100% recommend that one. Okay, so moving on, we have another one that I'm just gonna let you guys know that I definitely 100% recommend. I have been loving this fragrance. This is Burberry Brit. Now, Burberry Brit, I've heard people talk about it, but that was back when I didn't really want this fragrance. I was just like, yeah, because mostly everyone described it as being a fresh fragrance. Y'all know I'm not really into fresh fragrances, but to me, this is so much more than just fresh. The only thing fresh about this perfume is that bright lime note that you get in the beginning. So this is lime, this is almond, sugared almond. What else is in here? Let me give you guys the exact notes. So in the top notes, you have almond, lime, pear. That's where that freshness comes in. I don't really get pear, but again, like I told you guys, pear in fragrances just gives it more of a fresh type of scent. So I guess that's why it's fresh in the opening, but you really get that lime. It is a nice, it's a nice lime. It's not too tart, and I believe that's because it's mixed in with that almond. So it's not a very tart, citrusy type of lime, but it is still fresh. For the middle notes, you get candied almond, sugar, and peony. For the base notes, you get vanilla, tonka bean, amber, and mahogany. I am so obsessed with this fragrance because I can pair this with different things and it'll give me something different every time. So I wore this with Bath and Body Works Coconut Lime, and it was a very fresh, kind of zesty zesty, zingy lime fragrance, but then it dried down and it gave me more of that sugary almond kind of vanilla tonka bean scent, and the coconut from the Bath and Body Works coconut lime just gave it more of a creamy feel to it. So I love mixing this. The transformation on this perfume is really nice. Like I said, when you first spray it, you get that really fresh, bright lime, but then it dries down and it smells like almonds. It's a little creamy, it's a little nutty, it's a little ambery and sweet vanilla tonka bean. It is just so nice. This is a very comforting scent. This is definitely an everyday signature perfume. If you wanted a signature scent, me personally, I feel like Burberry Brit could be it. I don't think this is a very boring fragrance, because some people don't like for signature scents to be boring. I don't think this is boring. I think this is very pretty, very feminine, very womanly. I would make this my signature fragrance if I didn't have so many scents to choose from. But this is really nice, and I only bought the 1 ounce from, I believe I got it from Ross, and it was only $12 for this 1 ounce. And you guys can see how much of it I've used already. I for sure am going to get a full size of this big 100 ml bottle, because I just love it that much. It's such a great fragrance to me, and I think it's beautiful. The next fragrance I have here that I want to talk to you guys about, this is sexy. To me, this is sex in a bottle. The more I wear it, the more I just think of this fragrance as just like a man-eater perfume. To me, this just screams. This screams, come and get me. Like, I wanted to say something else, but I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna keep it PG on my channel. But this screams, come and get me. Oh my God, I am so in love with this fragrance. This is Rihanna Rebel Fleur. I'm pretty sure you guys have heard about this fragrance. You've seen it. This fragrance is super old. This fragrance came out like when I was in high school, okay? This fragrance is super old, but I just now got around to trying it this month, and this is so beautiful, you guys. This perfume, to me, is the epitome of sexy. It is just very sweet. It's gourmand, but it has patchouli in it. Oh, it just smells like a deep, sexy nighttime fragrance. I am so obsessed with this. It has a bunch of notes, so let me tell you guys what they are. So Rebel Fleur starts out with peach, plum, and red berries. The middle notes are coconut, tuberose, hibiscus, and violet. Base notes are vanilla, patchouli, musk, and amber. Let me tell you guys right now, okay, I do not get coconut, tuberose, hibiscus, violet. I do not get any of those, okay? I don't get any floral notes. I don't get anything coconutty at all. And I'm kind of glad, because the way this fragrance performs on me and the notes that come out on me, it's perfection the way that it is. So I'm glad that I don't get any of those other notes. So to me, the combination of the red berries and the peach and the vanilla and the amber, this makes this smell like McDonald's apple pies on me. I smell very edible. I smell very sweet. It literally smells like the filling of the apple pies from McDonald's. Just, it warms up on my skin so nicely. I get those fruits, that amber. It is just so sensual on my skin. Really and truly it is, you guys. And then that patchouli is what keeps this so grounded and so elegant and so beautiful on my skin. When I tell y'all, this is so beautiful, I can't even find words, okay? I can't even find words for how beautiful this fragrance is. And I know there's a lot of people out there who really don't like this fragrance because of the patchouli, but y'all know I like patchouli. So to me, this is everything. It just, oh, it smells so amazingly good. I love this when it warms up on my skin. So this is definitely one of my man eater, wear it when you're trying to impress a man type of fragrances. So I need that in my collection. I need it. So these last two, I kind of saved them both for last because they kind of remind me of each other. I think they are pretty similar in the way that they smell on my skin. So we have Dolce Garden by Dolce & Gabbana. And the first time I smelled this in the store, this was actually recommended to me by one of my subscribers here. I smelled this in the store and immediately got coconut. And it was very shocking to me just simply because Dolce & Gabbana, I don't think they've ever done coconut in their fragrances before. They're mostly always heavy on the florals, you know what I'm saying? So smelling this, it really gave me something different, and I was so intrigued by it. So I know that this has mandarin orange as one of the top notes, and you do get a bright, fresh citrus, but it doesn't last long at all. I think the middle notes are coconut and frangipani. Let me go look. Yes, exactly. So top notes, you get magnolia, mandarin orange, and neroli. Like I said, you get some citrus. You get coconut, frangipani, and ylang ylang. So the frangipani definitely comes through because I get that citrus, that bright citrus when I first spray it. But like I said, it doesn't last long at all. And then the base notes are vanilla absolute, almond milk, and sandalwood. So to me, this dries down into this really tropical type of scent. It's a coconut, vanilla, almond, creamy scent. It's very, very pretty, and it's actually long lasting for it to be more of a tropical scent. Usually when we're talking about like citrus, tropical scents, they don't last long on the skin, but this one does super well. So, and I just really like the combination. Like I said, when you get that bright fresh citrus note first, it mixes in really nice with the coconut and the frangipani and everything. It makes it a really beautiful tropical scent, but it dries down and it's mainly just coconut and vanilla. It's a sweet, creamy almond fragrance. It's very, very pretty. And so it reminds me a lot of Britney Spears Rocker Femme Fantasy. This was one that I bought just because I love the original Fantasy, and so I wanted to try this flanker out because they changed the top kiwi note to blackberry, and then they put coconut in this as well. And this is so similar to Dolce Garden. When this one dries down, again, it's a very coconut creamy scent. This has whipped cream in it, and so it is just very sweet and good. It's really, really pretty, and it reminds me a lot of Dolce Garden just because, again, this one dries down really sweet and creamy. So I would say if you had your eye on this, because I know this has been sold out for a really, really long time on Fragrance Net and Fragrance X. So if you're having a hard time finding this one, you should definitely go ahead and get Dolce & Gabbana Dolce Garden, because to me they are very similar in that coconut creamy sweet dry down. You wouldn't even be able to tell the difference between these two if you wore them together. And so I just really like both of these. I really want to keep both of these. I've actually worn the Rocker Femme Fantasy a lot because it pairs really nicely with the coconut scents from Bath & Body Works, but this one is quickly becoming a favorite of mine as well because I can pair this one now with my coconut scents as well as some of those fresh citrus scents as well. Even though the citrus in this doesn't last long, it kind of gives it more of like an orange creamsicle type vibe when I wear it with citrus fragrances. So this is really pretty and I've been loving it. So those are all the perfumes that I pretty much wore for like the last month. So I'm really happy to have all of these. I really like all of these. As you guys can tell, none of these were no-goes for me. I will be keeping all of these in my collection and I really like them and I recommend them to you guys. So if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give me a big thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below letting me know that you enjoyed it. If you are new, thank you so much for watching. You should definitely hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification so that you can be notified every single time that I upload a video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Peace.